So as you can see from the building blocks, and in particular the core member capacities and orientations, we really believe that to answer the questions, what am I trying to accomplish and how do I lead, we really do need to take a content-specific approach to thinking about vision and how we would get there. And so when you look at the elements of program, you'll see some principles or some approaches that we've really taken from some of our content-specific pilots that we've been running over the last couple of years. So I want to talk you through the early childhood pilot because I think that you'll see that some of our most critical learnings and elements of program come from that pilot. So the early childhood pilot was conceived in 2010 and was implemented at the Chicago Institute in 2011 and the 2011-2012 school year in Chicago with 23 first-year early childhood core members. We continued this school year with 32 core members. And it's a comprehensive pilot, and it touches upon almost all areas of core member development throughout a core member's entire trajectory. So for pre-institute work, core members received content-specific training, which included information about child development, what children should learn in math and literacy, strong instructional practices, and assessments in early childhood. And that pre-work is true for all early childhood core members, not just the ones that are in the pilot. So at Institute is where things became quite different. Core members received content-specific training in the form of content block execution sessions that focused on each part of the day in pre-K. So for example, they received a session on read aloud, a session on writer's workshop, a session on how to have small group time, a session on circle time, a session on centers. In addition, core members were provided with strong lesson plans for the first 2 weeks of teaching at Institute, and they were coached to execute those lessons in a skillful way. This built core member schema for developmentally appropriate instruction and student engagement, as well as providing a better opportunity and experience for children in the classroom. And during the second half of Institute, once core members became skilled at being able to execute those provided plans in each of those content blocks, core members actually began to write their own plans based upon the instructional models that were previously provided. Institute staff also received more thorough and content-specific training than was otherwise typical. So once core members left that pre-service experience, they then moved into the first 8 weeks kickoff, where they had an entire week to orient themselves deeply to their visions. They developed deeper content knowledge. They learned how to plan at multiple levels. And they also focused on how to build relationships with families, colleagues, and supervisors. We actually provided core members with the long-term plan and their first unit plan because core members actually don't yet possess the skills necessary to produce these plans at a high level of quality and in a reasonable amount of time. And because, honestly, those plans should not be that different from classroom to classroom. Core members customize those plans based upon their actual vision for their classroom.